I'm not doing anything else, why not, right? If I saw it, I would make a video.
There is nothing happening. It's Thursday, to date, 19th of March, and it's raining, and I was just watching videos, and I'm on the last video. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. It looks like it's going to be a quiet one. Monday, that was the 16th, I came out and it was quiet. I always seem to be saying the same words and putting them together the same way. Taxi vlog 349, is it? Victoria, BC, Canada, planet Earth, system Sol, eastern spiral arm of the galaxy, and so on and so on. Yeah, it came out, it was slow. I think I had 3 trips on by the time it was 10 o'clock. And then of course at 10 o'clock it starts to move, so I'm calling Cindy, and then I have to say, well, I'll call you back soon. I got a call, and on a night like that you don't want to miss any calls. And it got going good after midnight. Between midnight and 3 I made like $100, you know, after breaking even. So I can't complain there. And then I was so tired because I guess over the weekend I didn't get enough sleep, or I didn't get sleep at the right time, so my biological clock gets reset by the weekend, and then it's catching up for the first night or two that I'm out here. And so what happened is that I fell asleep at around, I guess it was 3:30 in the morning. And I must have missed the call because I didn't hear the beeping. So that means that I'm setting the frequency a little bit too high, and my hearing is not being able to hear the 85,000 hertz anymore. So, or however many, it's 85, so I turned it down to 80 now. And I think that will wake me up because I will hear it more better. I will hear it better than I hear the 8,500 or 85,000 or however what. So then I woke up at 5:30 going, oh man, this is bullshit. And then I thought, well, there's half an hour left to go and I'm third in the zone. Let's drive around a little bit. And I was heading towards the car wash when I thought, oh, let's check an update. And I was second in the zone, and I'm going, oh, well, we lost one car ahead of us. Then I thought I'd do a circle around the zone, which is like a, I don't know, a 5 or 6 minute drive. And I got to the northern end of the zone, and then I got pinged. I got a call, and the time was 20 to 6. And it was out of zone. It was a couple zones over to the north, but it was a 5:55 time call. And since the owner was driving on the Tuesday morning, which it was, I figured, what the hell, let's do this 5:55 time call. So I did. And I took this guy to the airport for $40. From the north end, that's really good. I thought, okay, that night was saved. I did okay. Now, the Tuesday night was St. Patrick's Day. And To me, St. Patrick's is a great big non-event in Victoria. I mean, there are some Irish people here, but in Victoria they tend to hush-hush things, you know. Like, for example, Montreal, they have a great big jazz festival. When they have a jazz festival in Montreal, they block off streets. They put up a stage in the middle of the road, and there's dancing in the streets everywhere, and theaters jam-packed with music fans. Here, there's a jazz fest. It's like 2 nightclubs playing live music, and there's no sign outside saying that it's a jazz festival. So, you know, there are a few people who pretended to be Irish and would get completely blasted downtown. And you may be familiar with the fact that I do not work downtown, that I do not like picking up people who don't know how to drink and who get blasted just because they think maybe they may have had an ancestor who was Irish a couple centuries ago. So, yeah, I didn't do downtown, and it didn't get moving until after 10. And then I was busy enough out in this part of town to not have to worry about downtown. And at one point I got a call that went out to the Western communities. There were these 2 girls who had been drinking, but maybe had a chance to sober down a little bit. And they went for $30 worth out to Langford, so that was getting me closer to what I, would have liked. And so I came back here and read my book, and I'm reading this one here, Power Play by Ben Bova. I've been enjoying it a lot. I'm down to like about 80 or 90 pages to go. I will probably finish that tonight because it looks like it's a really boring night. There are too many cars out, and there's little business. Thursdays are often like that. Well, I was sitting there in the parking lot under the bright lights. There's a Ford dealership just across the road there. Excuse me. Cindy made a good dinner tonight. It was chicken with cream of mushroom sauce and rice and asparagus, so my pee is gonna smell funny next time I take a leak. What's going on? Yeah, I was just sitting there reading my book, and I got a call, and it was a block away at the bank up the hill there, and there was nothing going on anywhere else. I didn't hear anything. There was nothing going on, no indication of anything going on. The streets were dead. And as I pull into the bank, there's one of these dial-a-driver cars comes along and a private vehicle. So it looks like they're going to get money, or the guy who's having his car taken home and getting a ride with these dial-a-driver people went to stop at the bank to get money to pay them. And I'm thinking, why the hell did they send me to the bank when they already got dial-a-driver? Then this other car pulled into the parking lot, and I figured maybe it has something to do with this. I saw nobody anywhere else in the parking lot, so I figured maybe... And sure enough, this guy wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase gets out. And that's strange because it's like 3 in the morning. And gets in my cab and he said, well, my friend doesn't feel like driving me home. Oh, okay. So we're going out to, Keating. Oh, Keating. Okay, Keating. That's good. So we went to Keating and he went on to Bella Vista. And, Keating, Bella Vista from around this part of town is a good $25. So that helped. Helped a lot. I got him there. And he was really happy with that. I think I got 30. There's a guy who just came out the door. And he's going to his car, which is parked right over there. Great, that empties my little parking lot. My little parking lot that has Wi-Fi. This is how I was watching a video. But I felt so compelled to make this one that, yeah, I left that all alone. I'll watch that video. It's only 4 or 5 minutes, and I won't have any problems finding. Well, I have a book to read, so my night will go slow. At least maybe until 10 o'clock, and it's not even 7 yet. Okay. So anyway, that night ended up just as well as the Monday, even though I did not have a run to the airport. And I got a check from last week's overs, so I was able to put a big chunk in the bank. And we got to save up for the rent now. So whatever I make this week and next week will go to the rent. And then that will be the end of March. Oh, I ate beans for breakfast. So I got some pretty heavy gas happening. Doesn't smell bad to me, but I guess it maybe bothers other people. So I've got the windows open. Maybe I'll turn the fan up a little bit. Get that, what Cindy calls brown air, out of here. Maybe I'll open the back windows too. Really get some airflow moving through here. So Wednesday, I came out with the knowledge that the guy who went out on Monday for that airport run was going to do an airport run on Thursday morning also, the same time, same channel, 6:55 a.m. from Zone 88, and nobody else knew about this call but me. And so I thought, okay, after having a reasonably successful night, even though it wasn't St. Patrick's Day, I had a reasonably successful night because everyone else got fed up or pissed off. Went home. I was one of the few cars left out here in the morning hours. And at one point I had a fare from this part of town up into Oak Bay for like somewhere in the $20 range. And I had a satisfied customer, and everyone was a satisfied customer that night. I think I did a really good job. And so I moseyed on up. I booked through the zones, 32, 42, 52. I'm booking into 55, and I get a flat pick message on my MDT here. Have I ever showed you the MDT? Here it is. That is the dreaded MDT, and let's do an update. It says that I'm third. Update. Send. And it says that I am first. Ooh, I could be up for a call any moment now. Anyways, it gave me a flat pick message. That flat pick message meant that I was not booked on anywhere. So I shut the machine off and I turned it on again and I logged in again and I booked the zone and I was first in 55. Then I crossed the border into Zone 88 and I went around the block a couple times, and I thought I'd stop on a side street and count my money or count my charges. And then about 5 minutes sooner than I expected it, I got a time call. It wasn't the time call I was expecting, but it was like a few minutes earlier than the other one, so I went and did it. I picked up this guy who, like the guy on what for me was Monday night and for him was Tuesday morning, went to the airport just like the other one did. So I got my airport run, and somebody else got the run that I was playing for, which works out good. So this one was $42. The guy got in, and he was real quiet. He just said, "Airport." I tried to make conversation a couple times, but he would just reply with, "Yeah," or "Okay." So he wasn't very talkative, so I just shut up and drove. And when I got him out there, he was quite pleasant. And I think maybe he needed a chance to collect his thoughts on the way out to the airport, and didn't want to interact socially, which is fine. It's a little dull for me, you know, driving out to the airport not saying anything. But I drove out there, and he gave me a decent little tip. So I must have done something right. Like, you know, you can catch the signals with some people that they just don't want to have a conversation for whatever reason. It's kind of like I'm like that waiter, you know, who knows just when to come by with a refill on your drink, or who knows when to ask you if you'd like dessert or whatever. You know, you read people, and it becomes a second nature that you don't even think about it anymore, and you don't even think, what should I do now? You just know what to do, and you just do it. You're on autopilot, and it works out. If you hear that, that's the engine that cut in to recharge the battery, because this is a hybrid. These cars are hybrids. They're not, it's got a gasoline engine, yes, but it has an electric engine and a whole bunch of batteries that are under the floor, I think. And it's recharging the batteries now, because I was sitting out here with the fan going and with the MDT on, and I wonder if my top light works, because in the morning it was out. Yo, it works. Good, we have a top light. Wonderful. I don't know if you can see it from here, but whoop. Okay. See, I got here a skylight, and the top light's up there. And that's, okay. So I took that guy up to the airport, and then I came back into town, and I went to the chiropractor's office, where I had a neck decompression. They put me on traction, and for some reason people were really pleasant at the chiropractor's office this morning. Sometimes they don't really want to talk to me or something, because I'm looking kind of grumbly, but maybe I was in the right mood, because I had that run to the airport and I was energized, and even though I was dead tired, I was in a good mood. And so I kind of, you know, got, you know, you attract people when you're in a, I don't know, I guess I just attracted people. They asked me how I'm doing, and I said, well, you know, I'm good. And one girl asked me if I just coming off of work, and I said, yeah. I dropped off at the airport at 10 minutes after 6, and at that point it was exactly 7:30. And she said, so what'd you do, come right back here? I said, well, I went home, I changed my shoes, got rid of my necktie, and then stepped on a rabbit. Stepped on a rabbit? I said, yeah, we got pet rabbits, and I told her about the rabbits, and on and on, and got into a little discussion, and even one of the chiropractors came by, and I was talking about the rabbits, and he says, well, are they housebroken? And, well, yeah, kind of, you know, they have like one area that they do their business in, and they more or less got the run of the house, but I don't let them in the bedroom, since they peed on the bed one time. But they don't make a mess in the bedroom anymore. They just have their area in the living room. And so you just got to be careful where you step. How about this for one that beats all? I got my first call, and I was on my way to pick up the first customer, and I turned on my wipers, and they did not come on. May have burned the windshield wiper motor, and because it's raining and there's water on my windshield, I can't see very clearly anything. I'm just going to limp over to the garage where they repair these cars, and this here is the first time that I will miss a shift because this car is broken down. Nothing wrong with the car, it's just I can't see a freaking thing out the windshield. And with this kind of visibility, I could hit a pedestrian or something like that. So I'm going to just limp over to the garage to where they park these things, and so on and so on. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try and reach Adrian again. He's the owner. I got my four-way hazard flashers on because the visibility is shit. I can't work this way. I'm sorry, I can't. If it was nice out, and if it was not raining out, not having wipers would not be a big deal. But they do not come on. I don't know if it's a fusible link that is burnt out or a fuse, but the wipers were operating very slowly when I went to park it. Ay, 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 ay. What a way to start my night. I'm gonna call my buddy and see if he's working, if he wants to lend me his car. Oh, I can't see squat here. And there's a light blinking for pedestrian. And I can't see if there's a pedestrian or not. Okay. I think the pedestrian's gone already. I can't see. 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 Oh, You know, it's really great to have good friends. I got a replacement car for tonight. And I would have taken the night off, but I got to get the rent together. I just got to get the rent together. So I'm going to work tonight. It's still Thursday. It is now 8 o'clock, and wish me luck. I got the car till 5. It's 5 a.m. and we're back in my part of town. Just getting to it. Last night, that was the Thursday night, I got another car for the night. And maybe I shouldn't have bothered, because I worked until 5 in the morning when I was supposed to park it. And for all the trouble of going to get another car and then working the whole night, I made about $50 for myself. It really was not a good Thursday night. And this Friday night was not looking all that hot either. I think it took till 11 or 10 o'clock and I had like $80 on. I had 200 on by 1 o'clock, I think. And now, well, it's 5 o'clock and I don't have 400 on. I've done a fair number of trips, yeah, but nobody went very far, and there were some gaps in between calls. Let's book into the zone, Yeah, I figure around now would be the time to let you know how it went. Well, like I said, it was nothing spectacular tonight. But we're getting closer to having the money for the rent together, and I hope to have that by a week from now. I'm looking forward to just going home, having something to eat, have a couple drinks and go to sleep. I seem to have caught something. My nose is kind of running from inside, you know, down into my throat. I don't know if it's an allergic reaction or if it's a cold or virus or what, but I am not enjoying it. Well, the guy who owes me $21 from last night's overs is nowhere to be found. Maybe I'll have to catch up with him next week. If nothing happens now in the next hour, I guess I'll just say hope yours is working out better than mine, and I'm in position to read. Good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever it is, whatever it is, wherever you are.